I'd love to know, at what point did, looking at minority mindset was not only a hobby anymore, but it became a business? And when you made that transition, what changed for you?
Yeah, it's a great time to ask this question because I think a big reason for our success is because I didn't start Minority Mindset with the intention of making money. I've always been an entrepreneur, and I was working on a different company. And during the launch of this company, I got scammed by a fake marketing company, and they took thousands of dollars and ran away. And I was really frustrated by that. So I created a course on Udemy on how to launch a business without getting screwed over. I charged like $7 for the class, and that did really well. And so the class is no longer available, but then a lot of people messaged me saying, hey, you should start a social media page. Now, I did that class under the alias Minority Mindset just because I was like, you have to think differently than the majority of people, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. So then I started this Instagram page. Again, no real back end goal. Like, it was just something that I was doing as a hobby because I love entrepreneurship. I never had any sort of entrepreneurship guidance, mentors, or support. My parents did not want me to be an entrepreneur, so I had to do a lot of this in secret. And so for me, it was just a way to have someone to talk to and to kind of help somebody who was in my position before. So then I start this Instagram page, not really knowing what I was going to do with it. And I'm growing on Instagram, posting the same stuff about how to launch a business, how to grow a business, how to manage your money, just things that I wish somebody would have told me. And then I would get these DMs and comments from people saying, hey, Jaspreet, I like your content. Could you start a blog with more in-depth content? And I was like, well, English is my second language. You don't want me to start a blog because my writing isn't the best, but I can talk. So I started a YouTube channel. And my first videos was my phone, my cell phone, and then I bought a $25 tripod. And I still can't remember this, but I may or may not have bought a $25 light from Amazon. But all in, before my first video, I had spent less than $100. I didn't have any editing software, no fancy audio equipment. I don't have any audio equipment, no camera, no anything. For me, this was like literally, it was just like, okay, fine. Like, I'll talk about the same stuff that I'm posting because I was busy working on a different business. I was busy with my other investments. Like, this was something that I was just doing for fun. And slowly Minority Mindset started to grow, and somewhere between 10 to 30,000 subscribers, one of my friend asks me, Jaspreet, how much money are you making from your YouTube channel? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, how much money are you making, like, from your ads and stuff? I look at him, I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, like monetization, YouTube, and this is before YouTube had any sort of monetization requirements. You could monetize any channel for anything. Like, you didn't have to have any number of subscribers or views. So he goes into my back end with me, and he's like, dude, if you click this button, you will be able to turn ads on for your channel and you'll start making money from your videos. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. And so I clicked that button, and now all of a sudden I started making a little bit of money. And that's how kind of it started. But again, I was doing this as a hobby because I was fully committed to a different company. And then I think it was somewhere between 1 and 300,000 YouTube subscribers, where I decided the other company, it was an apparel, it was a sock company that I had created. It was like some technology that I also worked on. My patent got denied, but I was making good money. Like, it was profitable, but Minority Mindset wasn't making as much money. And that's where I decided, you know what? When I'm 65 or 70 years old and I look back at my life, what would I be more proud of? Helping to spread this education, doing something I'm really passionate about, the Minority Mindset, or building a sock company? And I was like, oh, well, I think the answer is pretty obvious.
Well, it
So I went to,
depends on this. It depends on the socks. Were they colorful socks?
well, it wasn't the aesthetic, it was the technology behind it. And my goal was to actually license the technology, but then when the patent fell through, all the licensing deals that I had pending also fell through. So that was like, well, I can build a sock brand because so without getting too in depth, I was selling e-commerce, and we had some wholesale deals, and that was my proof of concept for the technology. And we were doing well. Like, we were selling quite a bit of socks, but I didn't really find a lot of passion out of building a sock company. It was more of like, oh, I'm going to build this company, license it out, and potentially sell the technology or something like that. But then once the licensing fell through, then it was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity for me to transition to minority mindset. I was making less money in minority mindset, but it was way more fun. Like I was having a blast making these videos. Like I was just like doing dumb things and just having fun and talking and dancing on camera. Just being me and just making random jokes and it was cool. So that's how minority mindset started. And then from there, I was like, well, I can service the audience more doing other things. So what does that mean? Like when the pandemic hit, I started making daily videos because markets started going crazy. And it was hard for me to keep up with everything. So I told my team then, I said, hey, can you guys send me a daily email briefing of what's happening in the markets? That way I know what to look for. And we started doing that. And then I was like, well, I wonder if anybody else would be interested in this. So I told my audience, this is like very not well planned, but I was like, hey, I'm creating this minority mindset newsletter. Very creative name. If you guys want a briefing of what's happening in the markets. And I said it a few times in videos and people liked it. So I was like, oh, okay, people are enjoying this. So then later in 2021, I had the idea to spin it off into its own company. So then that became what is Market Briefs today. And then Market Briefs then evolved into Briefs Media, which now has Market Briefs and Business Briefs. And then along the way, we also created Market Insiders, and now working to evolve that into more of a wealth consulting platform to help people who are, so you can watch the videos for free, as many as you want. If you want more guidance, if you want more handheld stuff, well, then you can, kind of evolve, look into the $27 a month coaching. Or if you want even more guidance and you are a higher income earner and you're looking for actual wealth consulting, well, then you can get more guidance there.